Hi there, thanks for joining us. We just wanted to quickly show you how you can use our digital resources with your students and still maintain a master copy of the materials so that you don't lose the information and have to re-download it again every time. So the first thing you're going to do, of course, is download the entire file from Teachers Pay Teachers and save it somewhere on your computer. I pulled out the teacher file for this particular resource and put it on my desktop just so I could easily show you. So you'll open the file, and within the resource will be links for you to access the materials for students through Google Slides. So you can click on any of the links that say access materials here, and you'll notice when you do that it asks you to make a copy of that Google Slide set. So you want to make sure first and foremost that you are logged into the correct account, Google account, where you would like to save the documents in Google Drive. And when you are ready, go ahead and make a copy. It takes a minute to load sometimes, but you'll notice now you can see it says copy of the cell phone's Google Slides for students. So I want this copy that comes up to be my master copy. So I'm going to go ahead and rename that as Cell Phones Master. This way I will always have all the slides in the slide deck when I need that to access them. And you can always go ahead and move this file to wherever in your Google Documents you would like it to be, and then click Save. So the next thing I want to show you is how then you would create a file for the students, specifically the one that you want to share with them. So you're going to go to make a copy of the entire presentation, and you can rename that copy to whatever you want it to be. I'm going to call it Cell Phones Student this time, so I know this is the one I'm going to be sharing with the students. And you can choose where in your Google Drive you would like to save this file, and then press OK. And you'll notice that I now have two tabs open in my browser. Slide this down a little bit so you can see it. I have my Cell Phones Master, which was the one that we pulled up initially, and the copy that I made of the copy for the students. Now when you get to the student version, you want to make sure that you have the prompt the way that you would like it to be for your students. So we start with a suggested prompt, and in this box you can click on it and change it to whatever you would like the prompt to be for your students. If you do choose to change the prompt, you'll want to make sure that you also go in and delete this slide that has the suggested prompt on it. So change the prompt if you would like to. I usually keep the instructions for my students. I'm going to choose to keep the same prompt, so I will keep the prompt poster. And then you decide which materials you want to share with your students. I'm going to pretend for these purposes that I will be sharing these materials with my 6th graders, and I want them to use the 6th grade passages. So in that case, I'm going to delete everything I don't want my students to see. So I'm going to take out all of the 3rd grade passages and materials and delete those, as well as 4th grade. And you can just press Command and hold it down as you're selecting slides and press the delete button. Sometimes faster than doing it one by one. And now here we have just the 6th grade materials showing. So you can decide if you want to keep the page that says 6th grade materials, or if you want to delete it so the students don't actually know what level of passages they're reading. And then you'll have the passages and the graphic organizers. If you ever wanted to make notes on a specific organizer, you can do that by adding in a text box and typing in anything that you wanted them to know. So teacher note, remember to include transition words between your paragraphs. So if there's something specific that you're having the students work on, you can write a note about that to the students. Okay, and then one other thing I'd like to show you is the way this page works. Some teachers really enjoy having their students evaluate their work using this checklist. If you're not having your students evaluate their work in this way, you can go ahead and delete the slide. If you are keeping this slide in and you want to add more information for the students, you can do so down below. If you only want them to use one set of checkboxes, you can of course delete one set. The whole set would be good, and they only have one set to be working with. Or you can leave both sets and assign for them. Maybe you want them to have a peer that's in their reading group assess their work and check off one of the columns of boxes. Or maybe you're going to leave one column for yourself to check off. At any rate, when it's time to check off a box, the instructions down below tell the students what they need to do. So they will highlight the box that they want to check, and they will right-click that box and select the check mark. You can do that for as many as are found in their work. Okay? Once you have that the way you want it, and I'm going to remove these so that the students see them unchecked, you are going to share this set of slides with your students in whatever way you do that, whether you push it out to them through a platform or whether you upload it, this slide deck, through a Google Classroom or Canvas or something of that nature. So sharing with the students then becomes your next step. All right, we hope this was helpful for you as you navigate these digital resources. Happy teaching!